There are actors that I believe should have been given a second chance. Actors who I believe could have had a much more successful career than what they have actually endured. And I'm going to name a few. People like Sean Patrick Thomas. You may remember him from Save the Last Dance. And there was another movie that he starred with Ryan Phillippe before that, Cruel Intentions. You may remember Taylor Kitsch. He did Battleship on John Carter, and I believe John Carter was a really good movie, deserving of a part two, but unfortunately it never made the amount of money that the producers wanted, and then for some reason or the other they never made part two. And then I'm guessing a lot of other production companies were afraid of hiring Taylor Kitsch after that in order to lead a big budget movie. You have people like Taylor Lautner. He may remember from the Twilight franchise, and then he had a movie for himself called Abduction. It wasn't well made, I believe, and then I'm guessing other production companies saw that and they began to get afraid, or subsequently, were afraid of hiring Taylor Lautner to headline a big budget movie. You had people like Lynn Collins. Lynn Collins had actually starred John Carter with Taylor Kitsch. She shouldn't have suffered the fate like what Taylor Kitsch suffered from. None of them should have suffered that fate, but unfortunately, I'm guessing this is how the movie business goes. But I really believe, just like Robert Downey Jr., someone took a risk on him and have him start in Sherlock Holmes and had him start in Iron Man and all those Avengers movies. And you saw how great a success those movies were. And he had a very torrid, or, he had a turbulent past, and he was forgiven, rightfully so, and he came back and he became very successful. So I believe production companies should actually weigh these matters. It's not every movie that you actually produce, every movie that you actually spend a big budget on, will always be successful. And Taylor Kitsch, Taylor Lautner, Lynn Collins, they aren't the only actors and actresses who've actually suffered this fate. There were many movies that, high budget have actually been spent on them, and then the lead actor probably performed just the way how he or her were to, but the movies just didn't earn as much as the box office. So I don't believe production companies should lay the blame squarely at the feet of the actors or the actresses, but probably for something else. Probably it had to do with the release time. Probably it had to do with the time that, the movie came out. I mean, was there another highly anticipated movie that was released at that time when they released their movies? I mean, did you release it at a time when there was some serious, probably political upheaval going on in that country of first release, most likely the United States? I mean, what went on, right? When you take a look at people like Shia LaBeouf, I think he should be given a second chance, and that's if he actually wants it, I suspect that he actually does, but knowing that this guy starred Eagle Eye, he starred, the Transformers series, part 1 to 3, they were highly successful, and then all of a sudden, he fell somewhat into oblivion. I'm not sure what happened to him, but I know there were some controversial videos going around at the time, and then I'm guessing, there were a lot of people saying that, he wasn't mentally stable. Probably he was just overwhelmed with all the work that he had to do. Even when I saw something going around about his comments pertaining to Steven Spielberg, I'm thinking probably Steven Spielberg may understand him being as young as he was and the pressure that he was under in order to fulfill the expectations of production companies who actually hired him to star the movies that, going forward that he did. So I'm thinking that he can rebound. He's a really good actor. I mean, you all remember Transformers. He was very good, very funny in that series along with Megan Fox. And of course, when Megan Fox actually limited the series for some reason or the other, rumor had it that she had some disagreement with Michael Bay. Then you had, I think it was a British girl who came in part 3 of Transformers. Fine, but I guess a lot of people are looking back to see that chemistry between Megan Fox and Shia LaBeouf, and it was missing from part 3. I guess she came back a little after in other parts of Transformers, part 4 or whatever. But then at the end of the day, I'm just saying that, Shia LaBeouf deserves a second chance. He's a really, really good actor. And if he actually can get himself straightened out in terms of his approach, going forward to his profession. I really think that, you know, he will be a very good addition to any big screen, high budget movie that is coming out. And if he can perform the character well, which I believe, strongly believe he does, then he can fulfill that role. I think probably it was Steven Spielberg who actually visioned Shia LaBeouf, or was it another big time director who actually visioned Shia LaBeouf as the next Tom Hanks? Can you imagine that? That's a great accolade coming on your shoulder, coming your way. So I really believe, like I said from before, Sean Patrick Thomas, I had him as being the next Denzel Washington. I think he performed very good in Save the Last Dance. The way he was exact, the way how he managed to balance different forms of his character while being in that movie. This moment he's serious, this moment he's smiling, this moment he's ready to fight somebody. I mean, it just kind of reminds me, or reminded me of Denzel Washington and his various characters that he actually portrayed in movies from then until now. So I really think Sean Patrick Thomas should have gotten more roles. I'm not sure why he hasn't. I'm not sure if it is any fault of his. Probably he didn't audition as much, or did he and never got the role. You know, but he hasn't been present much in big screen movies, and he needs to come forward. Yeah, age play a role in all of our lives. Suspect Patrick Thomas is about 50 going forward. And I should also mention Julia Stiles too. Her character, you know, in Jason Bourne, like I said, it was a huge mistake for them to kill off her character, or so it seems, in what was it, part 5 of Jason Bourne. But I really think that her character should be brought back alive, and they should continue from there if they're looking forward to all the other Jason Bourne movies being as successful as, let's say, Bourne Ultimatum, which for me was the best of all three. You know, Jason Bourne, Bourne Supremacy, then Bourne Ultimatum. Bourne Ultimatum was the best of all three, and they could have continued from there, but it was just this thing where people are saying, you know, once you make part 3, you don't need to go part 4. No, I don't necessarily believe that. You saw what happened with Avengers. You see how Tom Cruise, who has a very serious stamina for an actor, he's continuing with all of his Mission Impossible. Mark you, Mission Impossible MI2 it was, which I believe is the best of all of them. But you had others that followed up. I think MI4, 5, 6. These actually made over nearly, if not over 200 million at the box office. And globally it made a lot of money also. So he never stopped, which makes him like, everybody's actor, because he has a stamina. He doesn't stop. So I'm thinking that people like Matt Damon should actually study, Tom Cruise, see how he goes after his thing. I think, Sean Patrick Thomas should actually have been following in the foot of Denzel Washington. I think Shia LaBeouf should actually try and make a comeback, whatever he deems necessary to, remodel himself or to repackage himself of sorts in order to be presentable to movie producers. And I think that he should actually do it as long as it is something that is comfortable to him, which would have been comfortable to any actor. He should do it. I believe Lynn Collins was very good in John Carter. She was also good in The Wolverine with Hugh Jackman. I believe she should also get a chance, because she's a very good actress. She should get a chance to portray her skill in other movies too. So this blacklist that Hollywood seems to have, whenever an actor and an actress are hired to perform or to lead a big budgeted movie, and then it isn't as successful at the box office, and then it's like you kind of put them in a blank book or you blacklist them. I think it's something that ought to stop. These actors and actresses, they studied, some may not, but then, they actually were successful in previous movies, and they can be successful in future movies. Just these actors in particularly, I don't think, their wings should be clipped. I mean, Taylor Lautner only got his chance with Abduction. Robert Pattinson had some movies too. All of them weren't successful at the box office, but then they brought forth The Batman, right? And then that one, he's starring in. Part 2 is coming out for that, and part 1 was pretty successful. So why not Taylor Lautner? Why not Shia LaBeouf? Why not Lynn Collins? Why not Taylor Kitsch? Right? And who else is there? I mean, we have Michael B. Jordan, a young actor coming, still fairly young. He's pretty good. I'm not sure if I can say he's right up there Academy Awards good as yet, but he's getting there, right? But I'm just thinking that, knowing that Sean Patrick Thomas was, actually before him, and he was pretty good in the movies that I saw him in. It's like he knows how to turn on those switches. I believe he should be given more movie roles. But then that's my belief. That's what I would have wanted. I'm guessing that it's up to Sean Patrick Thomas and his agents to find roles for him that will get him in the talk again, get him in the movie-going audience's minds again. And not only him, like I've mentioned a few of them. Taylor Kitsch, Taylor Lautner, Lynn Collins, and Shia LaBeouf. These are actors, that really deserve a chance to prove their mettle once more. So, hey, let's wait and see what will happen. And then I'm hoping that it comes to fruition. So, hey, my YouTube family, remember to subscribe. Remember to like, leave your comments down below. Tell your friends and family about this channel. And tell me what you think. And of course, there are many more actors and actresses that I'll be speaking about and, brushing across the entertainment landscape, even musicians too, and the music industry. And then let's see how far we'll go with that. But many more to come. Tune in to Many Moods of Maverick. Until next time, peace.